Alright, so this will be, at least for me, one of the most interesting videos. You can see down there along the wall, that was all mold. That was just everywhere down here when we moved in. I mean, some simple things like putting in the shelves, but just getting all that mold off, just grinding it off with grinder wheels and brushes and then bleaching the whole thing to get it to stop, and it's just so much nicer now. And this was one of our little disasters that we had. This is the old cast iron pipe. It used to go out to a septic tank a long time ago, and then the prior owners, or maybe even the owners before that, had to put in a town hookup. But this one right here was connected up there to our kitchen sink, and you can see we ran that line. You can't really see it all up in there. It comes down into here and then goes into that drain. And while I did that, figured might as well put in an illegal septic tank, sump pump rather, drain, which goes right into the town water. Threw that door in to help keep some of the cold out. That right there, that's a blowout line for that goes out to the greenhouse so that we have water out in the greenhouse. And nothing really over here. Just all this plumbing. You can't really see it, but all this plumbing here was all replaced. It was hanging way down below the ceiling, and you can see all these little staples here, and there were nails. There was Homosote on the whole entire ceiling with this old insulation up above it, and it was just retaining so much mold up in there. And to be able to cut that line in, I had to cut that out, cut into the cast iron to be able to put the new drain in. I don't know what happened to that. That just popped off, so we had to put something on there. Built us a little workbench down here. I think it's 8 feet by 8 feet, so it was a really nice workbench to have with some fluorescent lights up above, and you can see there's all fluorescent lights throughout the whole basement, which made it really nice. This area over here, this was like our little workshop for our bikes. This room here, you can still see the lines on the floor. In here, just to the other side of the pole, and this whole area over here was an enclosed room. They had walls in here and shelves and counters and cabinets, and just so much mold growing in here. It was just unbearable how much mold was in here. So again, we got a dumpster and we ripped all that out. And then here's our little light setup for all the lights in here. It's a 3-way switch, so the other switch is over here. And then this right here, this was our cycling area for the past, I don't know, dozen years. I had my roller set up here. You can see at one point I had my stationary trainer, and Don's stationary trainer was here, but I converted to rollers a while ago, and we would face in this direction. That's why we have that plug at the bottom of the stairs there. We had a TV and a DVD player over here. We would watch some of the training videos. Dawn would do her online classes. You can see we got a Cat 5 line running there. And this is our dehumidifier, which runs all the time, just trying to keep the moisture out of the basement. And again, a huge transformation. Just the level of mold that was down here was just unbearable. You can see there's one of the old windows that came with the house, and then here's just a new, vinyl and double pane glass window that we put in. I believe that's our third water heater. Didn't have a lot of luck with water heaters. This one's only a year old, so hopefully the new owner gets a little more life out of it than we have been. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's our basement.